Hi friends, Gia here. Welcome if you're new, and if you're already a subscriber, thanks for coming back. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to hit that red subscribe button down below. That way you get notified every time I post a new video. I post a financial related video every Friday, as well as 7 different videos throughout the week, from Costco hauls, working mommy tips, all of the above. It's Debt-Free Friday time. So today, I'm sure you read the title, we are talking about financial infidelity. And to be honest with you guys, thankfully this is something that I don't have any experience with, as my husband and I openly communicate about our finances, and we agree upon the same financial principles. But I thought about it and thought about what I would do if I were in the situation of my partner committing financial infidelity against me, and if I was the one that committed financial infidelity. So we're gonna talk about it in 2 different ways today. First, let's explain what financial infidelity is. Obviously, it's when you lie about your finances to your partner, okay? And it's when you don't communicate about, you know, how much you're spending, or even how much you're making in some instances with your partner. If you're not all the way open and all the way transparent about finances, that's a form of financial infidelity. Now, obviously there are different levels of financial infidelity. Now, we can compare this to if you physically cheated on your spouse, physical infidelity, right? If, say, your spouse, you know, kissed someone else, okay? Or say your spouse slept with someone else. You would be hurt in both instances, but obviously you would be way more hurt if your spouse slept with someone else. It's the same thing with financial infidelity, okay? You have people who will say things like, oh, I bought this new handbag and I'm not gonna tell my husband about it. Or, you know, I've heard people say this, like, oh, I can't tell my husband about this purchase that I made. And I never understood why people like said stuff like that, or why women would say stuff like that and not, you know, take it seriously, like just kind of, you know, say it flippantly, you know? And that is equivalent to, you know, your spouse, them kissing someone else, in my eyes, you know? So you have people who say stuff like that, and then you have people who have gone through things where a huge credit card bill of like $6,000 came out of nowhere in the mail, and they had no idea that their spouse, you know, had this credit card or opened this credit card or anything like that. And that is very serious, guys. It's very serious. Finances are the #1 cause of divorce in America, okay? So if I can in any way offer any services to anyone who is currently going through something like this, and they need help to get out of it, please contact me in any, you know, contact me down below. My email, all my social media accounts are all listed down below. But anyway, I'm gonna talk to you guys about what to do if you are currently in this kind of situation, okay? First, you have to communicate and be open and openly communicate, be transparent with your partner, okay? You have to talk. You have to talk about finances. And I know some people get uncomfortable about talking about finances, but it's something that you have to discuss, okay? And you have to be completely transparent when you discuss about it, so that you guys can see if you're on the same page. If you've been shopping incessantly, you need to talk about that and discuss it with your partner. Or if your partner is the one that spends frivolously, you know, you need to bring it up to your partner and talk to them about it, okay? Just so that you can start opening up those means of communication with one another to talk about what's going on. Second, you have to forgive them, okay? By no means, to me, finances really should not be the demise of a marriage. And it's so hurtful when I hear that, because you have to forgive your spouse, all right? It's the only way that you'll be able to move forward. No matter how serious the offense is, you have to be able to forgive them, because if you can't forgive them, you can't move forward, and you will never have that kind of trusting relationship when it comes to finances, because trust is important. And I understand that that trust is broken when a partner lies in any means, but in order to move forward, you definitely have to forgive. Number 3, you have to get on the same plan. You've got to get on the same page, or at least the same chapter in the book. Get on a plan, a debt payment plan. Get out of debt, first of all. And if your spouse isn't open about getting out of debt, you can't get them to realize the power of living a debt-free life, then what you need to do is start living by example, okay? Do what you can to stay out of debt. Okay, and let your partner see like how you're feeling and the cash reserve that you're saving. I mean, there's nobody on this planet, okay, that does not like to see cash in an account. You don't like to see money in an account, okay? So if you could start living by example, I think that's the best way to convert a spouse that's not willing to listen to Dave Ramsey, or willing to listen to me, or willing to listen to anybody, or read stories about motivation. If they're not willing to do that, if anything, you have the power to influence your spouse. More than anybody, you have the power to influence your spouse. So lead by example and let them see that you are doing it, and you're loving it, and how great it is, and how your how great your future will be, and start showing them the cash in your account. That's motivator. Okay, when they start seeing the results of living a debt-free life, that's a true motivator. Okay, so you definitely want to communicate, get on the same page. If you are in the beginning of your journey, you definitely want to, get a debt payment plan, create a budget. Please create a budget. That's the number 1 thing. If you don't know how to create a budget, you can click this box here. I do zero-based budgeting, and to me, that's the best way to get out of debt and to live a debt-free life permanently, is to live on a zero-based budget. You definitely want to get on a budget. So yeah, communicating is key. Let's talk about trust again for a little bit, because I think trust is something that's so important. You've got to be able to trust your partner financially, okay? Because this is the both of your futures. And if you have a family, this includes this impacts your children. If anything, your children should be a huge motivator, okay, to not commit financial infidelity. All right, and I know once that infidelity is broken, it's really hard to get that trust back at 100%, and it may never be back at 100%, but as long as it's back in some sort of way, I feel like you can definitely move on from it. I think financial infidelity is something that people just look over and don't really focus on and never really talk about it, but it's something that happens, and something that people think it's just not that big of a deal to go secretly shopping behind your spouse's back, especially if your spouse is working hard to provide for your family. I mean, I just feel like that is just so disrespectful, and you need to have more respect for yourself and your spouse to not do that. I feel like if you are working your way out of debt, and you've been working really hard, and if you're losing momentum, try to set aside a little bit of an allowance for yourself, and you can save for it for several months, and then that way you can reward yourself once you saved up a certain amount to go and spend freely for however you want to spend it, because it's hard especially if you're working on years or an insurmountable amount of debt. You lose your motivation on it, but you don't want to turn to lying to your spouse or committing financial infidelity to get that motivation back or to make yourself feel better. So that's why I always like to tell people to try to fit in some sort of cushion of an allowance of some sort, so you don't lose momentum and you don't turn to lying to, get that momentum back, that, you can treat yourself with something nice, with something as big or as little as you choose. I mean, it's totally up to you. That's it for today, guys. Have you ever either committed financial infidelity or been in a situation where your spouse has committed financial infidelity? If you have, leave a comment down below and let me know how you dealt with it, how you communicated with your spouse, what are the things that you did to get through it. And if you know someone who is going through this, share this video with them. Share this video with a friend that you know needs some sort of financial help. You could do that with any of my videos, really. Share them, you guys. Help me spread this message of living a debt-free life, because that's my main goal here, is to spread this message, to live a debt-free life in any way, shape, or form. So definitely spread the message to any friends or family that you think needs that kind of motivation or that kind of support, because that's what I'm here for. This is definitely my calling. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, click that button down below, and you can also check out my previous videos here. You can also check me out on all my social media platforms, all listed down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.